Hello there, my name is Stephen, his name is
Elliot.
And we are BlueMoonRisingTV.
It's like witness protection.
Hiya, we're back. This actual good stuff is back.
Yeah!
Football is back. None of that international rubbishness.
Hey, we beat Spain. Oh no, we didn't beat Spain,
No,
did we?
nearly beat
We
Spain.
did for a bit, but it don't work like that.
But basically, now the actual team is back, and we're nearly going to beat another team before drawing as well last minute, which is what City do as well. So
yeah, exactly.
A sense of deja vu there. We've obviously got Crystal Palace away. It's going to be the clash of the chants. It's going to be Guardiola versus.
Oh, of course, versus Guardiola. Oh, yeah.
That's going to be fun.
That's going to be the only song sung in the whole stadium, then, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, yeah.
But before we get onto that, obviously, we've got our FanDuel part of the preview. We've got a new offer for you this week. It's the Blue Moon War Chest. That is the promo code. You've got to put it in to get basically free. 5 free £5 bets, which is basically equates to 20 quid. You get one every Friday. If you deposit £10, you get a £5 bet placed in your account for 4 weeks. You get 20 quid free, basically, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And the idea there is just so you can keep having a go with it, keep having another crack at the whip. We've got our team already picked. Paul and Elliot picked it out, and it's a diverse team. That's where I can put it. We've got on loan Derby keeper Lee Grant for Stoke in goal because they're at home to Bournemouth, and Stoke just get a lot of points.
Yeah.
I don't know how or why they do because they're written up, but they get a lot of points, don't they?
They do get a lot of FanDuel points. Yeah, they do. The trick with FanDuel is if you just go for big players, you're going to spend all your money on big players and big names. And it doesn't really work like that, does it?
No, it doesn't at all. And also the trick is not to put loads of defenders by the looks of it, because we've gone for Marcus Alonso, who's having a great season so far for Chelsea. He gets points as well. They're away to Borough. You could expect them probably
He's
to
a
get
pick that Paul has put in for the last 4 weeks or 5 weeks, I think, and he's come up trumps every time. Yeah.
Then we've got Dawson, the whole lad. They're away to Sunderland. He expects some points there. Yeah. Then Dodgy Bodgy. Dodgy Body. He's they're at.
He's got. You know what? He picks up a lot of points in Scrabble.
For that. So we thought we'd put him in for FanDuel.
We thought he's got like 6 J's in his name and that.
Add a Q in there.
86 points in Scrabble.
Add a Q in there and you're winning, aren't you? Get a Q in his head in and no one's beating that.
Couple of blank tiles.
I reckon if you put a Q in there, I wouldn't even notice either. So yeah, Scrabble. Then
Gillabodgy.
He's at Sunderland, they're at home to Hull. Then in midfield, we've gone for the man who gets all the points, Joe Allen. I don't know why, but he's got to be there. He's a guaranteed starter for your FanDuel team. Mane as well, he gets loads of points. Liverpool away at Southampton. Then obviously we've got Ilkay. Hopefully he should get a goal from midfield against Palace, fingers crossed.
Yep.
Capoue, king of FanDuel once again. Watford at home to Leicester there. Then talk us through the front three there, Elliot.
Lukaku, they're at home to Swansea, and he was cheap. No, he has been scoring, hasn't he?
Yeah, he scores.
Aguero, we put Aguero in because, of course, he's back. He didn't play, did he?
Sergio.
He didn't play for Argentina in the week in the international games. So he's well rested.
He's just been sat playing Snake on his phone, chilling.
Absolutely. So he's quite expensive on FanDuel, and quite rightly because he's ace.
Does anyone play Snake anymore?
And we're expecting him Snake. Stephen's showing your age. And then Firmino, just because he's picked up points on FanDuel a lot.
Good player.
He's a wicked player. He's not just a good player. And Jurgen Klopp's got it going on with him.
Yeah, they're obviously.
He's really got him playing well. So that's our team.
They're away at Southampton, so you expect points there. But that is the team. Don't forget, you got to be 18 plus and based in the UK. We're all on there. We're all playing. Get involved. Let us know your FanDuel team. Let us know if you're entering the Blue Moon War Chest promo code. And now we're going to go on to the pick the team part of the show. So we've got Palace. Palace are doing a bit naff. They haven't been good at the old football recently. They've lost.
I've given up with this now because after Middlesbrough, after the Middlesbrough debacle, everything now, every single game that I look at now on paper, I just think, probably a draw.
Probably a draw. Well, in general, as a City fan, start low.
Yes.
And just stay there.
Having said that, this one I looked at Palace and thought, there's the goals. There are the goals.
Well, they've lost to Burnley 3-2, 4-2 to Liverpool, 3-1 to Leicester, and 1-0 to West Ham. West Ham were a bit poo. And then they drew 1-1 at Everton 5 games ago. So their form is genuinely awful.
They're losing. They're scoring goals, but losing games.
Yeah, and a leaky defence. They seem to 3-4-3-1. That's not a formation. That's the amount of goals they've been conceding. And in general, we're good at scoring goals against teams who can't defend. I know that's obvious, kind of, But that gives me room for improvement there. They obviously have got pacey wingers in like Townsend and Zaha.
Townsend came on for England, didn't he, in the game against Spain? And he looked good. He looked really good.
He's the kind of player who would just run at our defenders, really. And in general, though, the internationals, it wasn't a bad international break for our lads. None of them really got injured. Bravo had a knock, but he seemed to be okay. But the international stuff I liked is that Fernandinho was made captain of Brazil, despite being ignored for years. And now he's actually the captain.
Last time round he didn't even make the side. He wasn't even on the bench. He just didn't even get picked. Full stop. Now he's the captain.
Like, you're the boss. Awesome. David Silva as well was captain for Spain.
David Silva captain Spain. He played well actually for Spain. Silva. He came off. Did he come off for Nolito? He came off towards the end, but played really well.
All I saw was the mannequin challenge at the end. He was in they had Nolito and Silva part of Spain's mannequin challenge thing, and they were doing like it was silly, but basically typically David Silva.
At that point, when something's sort of fashionable, it's at the tipping point, like the mannequin challenge. Once you see the England national team do it, it's over. Do you know what I mean? I saw that and thought, that's the end of the mannequin challenge. Well, you could say that about our defending,
eh? Hey.
What? That we're doing the mannequin challenge?
Yeah. Tumbleweed.
John Stones is really good at it.
Right, on that one, that's a talking point actually. Because Glenn Hoddle doesn't like John Stones for whatever reason.
Glenn Hoddle,
just because he hasn't got a faith healer.
Who wrote that article about how much he didn't like John Stones, and then was doing the commentary on the game, and spent the whole game while John Stones was playing really well, trying to compliment him, but really like trying to do it in a really underhanded way, like, everyone knows I hate John Stones, so I won't actually compliment him. So he's going, that was all right, not bad. It was competent defending. John Stones had a brilliant first half.
Against Scotland, though, I must admit he was a little bit poor. But then the problem there came from him trying to play actual football when no one else around him was willing to kind of do that. So I'm not trying to literally defend him because he did make a mistake or two.
Yes.
But I think there's a problem there in terms of when you're the only player trying to play a certain kind of way, there will necessarily be a clash of styles and whatever. And it didn't happen for him. But in general, I think he'll always be better for City than he will be for England because he's trained to play a certain way and the rest of his players for England don't do that. So he's going to clash a little bit with them. Doesn't mean he won't be a good footballer. I'm sure you put Gerard Piqué in that England team, he'd look a little bit lost in that place as well because they just play a different style, don't they? So John Stones, I'm sure, would be a lot better for us, even if Glenn Hoddle does hate him. But then again, I don't really like Glenn Hoddle, so I don't really care what he thinks.
No, that's true.
And obviously, I'm sure Glenn Hoddle's gutted about
Gabriel Jesus has been doing well for Brazil as well. He's been setting up goals and assists and scoring and all sorts. Can't wait.
He actually made a fool out of Otamendi as well. Like, he actually generally did Otamendi a couple of times.
Oh, did he?
He set up an assist for Neymar, then he scored one and created one.
So why was Aguero not playing in the Argentina team?
They just don't like him over there. He doesn't do well for him. But the good thing for us is it means he just sits on the bench
doing nothing. And he scored one in the Middlesbrough game. That was the game that you were expecting. Not just you. A lot of you guys as well, probably expecting Aguero to score a hatful in that Middlesbrough game and really switch on with his goal scoring, and he didn't. And he'll be champing at the bit for this, which is why I think he's got goals in it this game. And
back onto the actual people. Apparently, Sanya's back. City tweeted a funny gif saying, when you realise Sanya's back and whatever. So I guess he's back if City are gifting about it. Delph allegedly is nearing close to full fitness. I don't know if he's totally back yet. But maybe company. Maybe. I don't know. We kept pulling out the Belgian squad, but apparently he's fit. That's take that with pieces.
Fully fit team, more or less.
Yes, more or less. And maybe even Yaya might be up for selection. I don't think he will be, but we're yet to see if the apology is counting for anything yet.
There was the Yaya apology, and it sort of seemed to come and go very quickly. That didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
And that was that. So whether that's you're right. Whether is that enough for Guardiola or the talks going on behind closed doors?
Do you think Pep was like, you'll never actually apologise, we'll have to play him. Now he's apologised. He's like, shit.
I think he's probably got a lot of training to do before he gets back in the squad anyway.
Probably, yeah.
And also, I think to say, as a point of saving face from Guardiola, for him just to put Yaya straight back in the squad wouldn't look great.
Yeah.
So it's politics, isn't it?
Definitely. Right. So on to pick the team. It's going to be Claudio Bravo in goal because he's fit. He played for Chile the other day. He was good. He actually, he won man of the match as well, I think. So fair play to him there. Right, in defence, I can't really see past Stones and Otamendi. I think they'll both play.
Yeah.
Personally. Left back, I don't know, Clichy. I don't know how Kolarov got on. Did he play? I don't actually know if he played for Serbia. But I'm going to say I think he probably will be Kolarov because Clichy made a mistake, didn't he, against Bora for the last.
Oh man, yeah, he did. He was. I've massively fallen out with Clichy, so we're not. Based on that, we're not putting him on. I was fuming with him.
Pep's had a word with Elliot.
I had a chat with him, and I was just fuming about that Gal Clichy mistake.
Was Pep as well?
Yeah, he was all right. He was just sort of flapped his hands around a lot and wore a black t-shirt.
Classic Pep, always wearing a black t-shirt
and flapping his hands about.
Sanya's back. I think he might start then. I think everyone's saying they're making a big thing out of him being back. I think Sanya might start.
If the club are tweeting that he's back, then
big back. He's back.
He's back.
Back. Fernandinho is probably going to play, isn't he? Gundogan.
Gundogan is everybody's new hero.
Silva, De Bruyne, they're all probably going to play.
Man, this is it's like a kid in a sweet shop.
I think they'll all four will play. I think they'll. I don't see why.
What, Gundogan, Silva,
De Bruyne, Fernandinho.
Yeah,
and then it's one of then Nolito or Sane or Sterling. I think it'll probably end up being Sterling because he didn't play, did he, against Borough? He rested him.
But he did play 90 for England.
Yeah.
He was good as well.
Yeah. I think it'll be Sterling, to be honest. I don't think it'll be Nolito. I think Sterling hasn't played for City for a while, so I think it'll be him.
Yeah, I think Nolito already is starting to look like one of them off the bench.
He's becoming that way. He's going to. I think he'll have patches where he's the first choice, and then he'll have patches where he's on the bench for 4 games, and then in and out. Yeah. And then it's probably Aguero, then, isn't it? So that's it. Yeah. That's our team. So on to the City predictor. Indeed.
First goal scorer, Sergio Aguero, the only goal in the game, in fact. And Stephen didn't.
I didn't win it. No,
Which
you're right.
means, you may remember if you catch your man's back, because there's been that big gap, so it's
about 7 years now, hasn't it?
Yeah, roughly.
Ages ago.
Yeah. We both decided that Stephen looked like a slightly undernourished, underfed Negredo, and I looked like a fat Zabaleta. So if
Fat Zabba. I don't know why that.
So if,
why was that Transformers?
So if I lost, I had to change my Twitter handle for the next game, for the next match day, to @FatZabba.
But you didn't.
But I didn't, because I didn't lose.
No,
and you did. So you've got to be @underfed Negredo.
I'm sorry for people who enjoy my esteemed company brand. It's not that good anyway, but that's
so
basically
damaging to your brand.
Yeah, no, isn't it terrible?
Numbers.
That's my numbers going down.
Brand numbers.
Underfed Negredo is going to be my @ on Twitter on Saturday, so that'll be fun. That'll be weird. I'll look like I'm just mocking Negredo.
Are you going to change your picture so you look a bit like a
Should I Photoshop my head onto his body?
That would be good.
Okay,
or just your head next to his head or something like that.
Looking
so people
gaunt.
can...
I'll desaturate myself so like I've got just.
So you do look like that, yeah.
Okay, so this week's dab, Freudian slip.
Yeah.
The challenge, the forfeit, is actually about dabbing. It's unintentional.
It is.
Basically,
you've got to make a dab.
A depressed dab. You've got to do a dab diary.
A daily dab diary. So we're
all about alliteration on this channel. So you've got to be a daily depressed dab diary. Basically, you've got to do a dab every day and film it not in your bedroom, basically. So you've got to be vaguely public, whatever that means.
Yeah. So on the bus, at work,
in your Costa coffee, getting your latte,
in bed. Yeah, in the shop, getting your lunch, in the queue for somewhere.
In public, and Elliot goes
at
in
the
bed.
Match, whatever. I go to bed in public. So.
You haven't got
I live in
yet.
the shop window of DFS. That's my house. That's where I live.
Dab's favourite sofa.
Yeah, we've got a sale on.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Starts Boxing Day every year.
Right. Anyway, so that is the forfeit, and there'll be a basic compilation of one of us look like a massive tit at some point next week. That'll go in next week's forfeit. Elliot went first last week by means of rock, paper, scissors, stone, but because we couldn't remember who did it, so I go first this week. And the first goal scorer for me is going to be Sergio Aguero. Your first goal scorer?
Sergio Aguero. That's the same joke every week. No, Gundogan.
Man of the match?
Yeah. Man of the match, I'm going to go for... Oh, man, that's hard, actually.
No, what is it?
Because if Aguero... Gundogan and Aguero. Right, so in my head, well, I'm not telling you my score, but both Gundogan and Aguero score in my dream sequence. So I'll go with Gundogan for man of the match as well. I'm doubling up.
Okay, my man of the match is going to be let's have a look, De Bruyne. I'll take De Bruyne, and then my choice for score 3-1 Manchester City.
I don't see Palace scoring. I think we're gonna have a decent defence, so okay. I'm gonna go 3-0 City.
Oh, okay. Well, that is our predictions. I'm gonna win. You're gonna be dabbing. You're gonna be dabbing your way to the studio next time.
Only because you've got Aguero.
All the way, just dab it. I'm not dabbing now because I don't need to. No. But anyway, guys, that is our predictions. That is our forfeit. Let us know in the comments what you're going for, what scores you're going to be. Are we finally going to beat a team and not draw? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we will both see you soon.